Hey everybody, it's Josh Wielgus, you know me as Ghillie, here to show and prove to you that you can fit everything in the Too Many Bones universe into our Trove Chest. We've got a lot of questions about this in the comments, people asking, can you please show us this? We're here to show it and prove it now. And the one thing I will say right out of the gate is the one caveat around this is that you are only going to have one set of health chips in your Trove Chest, one set of attack dice, one set of defense dice, one set of lane markers, etc. Anything that's reused across all of the base games, you have one copy of that in here. The original Trove Chest, we had a specific arrangement that we encouraged you to store your neoprene in, and that is also a little bit changed. So I'm going to dive into this. I'm going to take it drawer by drawer, show you exactly what fits, what doesn't, and what we have maybe moved around from the original arrangement that we showed you. So I'm going to start with the very top drawer right here. In the top drawer, we have all of our reference sheets. So this is reference sheets for 18 Gearlocs. This is your Age of Tyranny rules. This is a Garg. This is 2 master skill lists that we talked about in an update a couple days ago. And those are all included in here. We also have room for a dice tray, which I'm going to try and show to you, a neoprene dice tray, control your rule. And then your adventure maps are up here as well. So those mats are all in the top drawer now as opposed to this bottom drawer with a lot of other neoprene in it. The other piece of neoprene in this top drawer is the Gearloc Child, if you choose to buy that promo. You've got your Splice and Dice draw bag, and then there is room for 3 additional deck boxes up here. Now these do not need to have any cards in them. It's just extra space, and there happens to be room for additional deck boxes if you wanted to sort your cards a little bit differently, or if we were to ever release additional content in the future that exceeded the storage of the big card tray, you could put them up here. So I'm going to slide this in. All right, next tray that we will cover, let's do the Gearlocs. So this has maybe been the tray that we got the most amount of questions about, and here they are. This is 18 Gearlocs. Now, there are only 17 existing Gearlocs, including the Gearlocs in this campaign. But just to prove that there's room for 18, should we choose to release another one, they are all in here right now. So we do ask that you go ahead and create a new top layer of Gearlocs facing up like so in this tray. But then underneath those, I'm not going to take any more out because last time created some issues, but you do have the rest of your Gearlocs on their side with the labels down here. There is room then for one more along the side here, and you could even put a deck of cards in here if you wanted to. There's not reason to do that right now, but again, more empty space that you could use for other things, other organization, etc. Take this tray like so. All right. So then the big, heaviest drawer in the Trove Chest is this guy right here. This is going to have all of your Gearloc mats. This is going to have your Age of Tyranny campaign mat. This is going to have your Splice and Dice lab mat and your Create a Tyrant mat. This is even going to include the 4 Lab Rats mini mats right here. And then also has your card tray. Now this is all of the encounter cards, all of the loot cards in the game. There's about 580 cards in here. That includes promo cards, etc. Now, some of the cards obviously go in the Tyrant Trays, Tyrant Encounters, all of the Rage of Tyranny cards, Epilogue cards. Those belong with specific Tyrants that we'll cover here. But most of the cards are here in this tray. This also includes all of those dividers. Now, you'll note that we don't have those all in their deck boxes, and that is required to fit all of your cards in here, but they do all fit in this card tray with their respective dividers. All right. Cover the Tyrants here. All of the Tyrants fit like so. Now the one caveat that we should mention is that we have combined Build a Tyrant into one singular Tyrant tray. The dice go in this little chip holder right here, and then a few of the other Build a Tyrant dice have been put in a dice tray down in this bottom tray that we're going to cover here in a second. Outside of that, all of the Tyrants fit, and this includes a space for the Automaton of Shale, which is a separate Tyrant included in the pop-up book. So that is accounted for in these 2 trays. This is also then where you're going to put the large loot deck box that you got with your Trove Chest. This currently doesn't need to be used for loot right now. This is empty actually, but there is space for it here in these Tyrant Trays. So I'm going to put the queen, the Goblin Queen right here. I'm going to put Goblin King right there. And again, this does include the Rage of Tyranny content as well that's new for this campaign. The Tyrant Trays are actually probably the space that we have the most amount of room to add content at this point in the Trove Chest. So finally, we've got these two trays for the bottom. Now, we've got two closable dice trays on the bottom. This includes all of your attack and defense dice. This includes your initiative dice for baddies. This includes your round counter. In here, we've got effect dice, we've got splice and dice, we've got D6s, and we've even made room for the promo dice for Stanza if you choose to buy the promo pack from this year, or if you own the game to pick a game Stanza. Those are included. They're not the actual attack dice because we couldn't find any around the office, but we have included them in this dice count. Then you've got your master card holder, which has your boons and scars right here. And then this is room for your Trove loot, and encounters while you play the game. This comes with the Trove Chest. Then we start with these two little containers right here. In this one, we've got our splice and dice pegs for tracking your Build a Tyrant. And we've got 4 little paper clip thingies in here representing Polaris's orbs, which we don't have a place for right now. They may end up fitting in her Gearloc tray, or they may not. We don't know yet because we haven't produced them, but we have accounted for them here. Then in this container, we've got your Scar tokens from Age of Tyranny, we've got your Scar dice from Age of Tyranny, and there is still room in here to include Gale's specific Scar tokens, which we have not unlocked yet as of the filming of this video, but I have a feeling they'll be unlocked by the time you watch this video, which is awesome. Then, this last tray is all chips. So you've got health chips, you've got baddies galore. There are now, gotta check my notes, 227 baddies in the Too Many Bones universe by the time you include all the stretch goals we've unlocked or will unlock, by the time you include promo baddies, and that's all accounted for here. So this is assuming that we have unlocked the 15 baddies from 40 Caves in Daylor, because obviously we're going to unlock them, right guys? All right, so that is these bottom 2 trays. I'm going to throw them in the Trove Chest. And again, I mentioned that the heaviest tray, the heaviest drawer in the Trove Chest is this one with the neoprene in it. I just want to prove that you do have to pull slowly, but it does still open even with all of that weight in there, which is awesome. So that, my friends, is proof that it all fits, with the caveat that you have only 1 copy of everything that's reusable. Everything fits in the Trove Chest. I hope that you go and purchase one of these things. They are incredible, and they're a great way to get your game to the table much more quickly as well. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you soon.